part of that is making sure that you have clean, fresh breath. And I will tell you, when, you know, you never want to be remembered for bad breath. You know what I mean? I met that guy, man, he had the worst, because people really remember that. It lingers. When you have bad breath, it's an awful way to present yourself. And more often than not, it's not your fault. It could be your diet. It could be what's inside your mouth. Well, we've got a product that was created by a very special dentist that you're gonna get to meet in 2 seconds. It's called EV32. This is our Effervescent breath freshener packets. They come in a 50 count. We've got the variety pack, which I'll talk to you about in a sec. It also comes in the peppermint, and then it also comes in spearmint. What this does is, and you've seen it in hundreds of magazines, all the big stars, the celebs, the athletes, everybody is using this because it's so dang important when these guys present themselves that they got their game going. And as you know, when you talk for a living, even like us, and you're talking and talking and talking, you're activating that bacteria in your breath. You're sending that message off whoever you talk to. This is a way to get rid of that. It's a fun way. It's a simple way. It works at the source. It's incredible. We've got a $5 off a bonus today. It's a Beauty Best Buy event price. It's even on 4Flex at $6.25. You're going to absolutely love this. As I said, you maybe read about it. You've heard about it. You've seen it in magazines. Let me tell you about the gentleman that created it, Dr. Thomas Connolly, who's you've seen numerous print ads, TV ads all over the place with his products. He's a clinical instructor at Harvard and at Columbia University. He created this product to really help people with a problem that most people, they don't know how to fix. Good to see you. First time we get to work together.
Yes.
I've watched your show. I have your product at my desk. I think every host has it here. It's not only fun and easy and convenient to use, it really works.
That's it, it works. Yeah. We're not masking bad breath odors. You know, we're actually getting in there, we're interacting with those gases and rendering them odorless. Yeah. That's all it is.
So let me tell you quickly the different ones that we have today, and the doctor will tell you how it works. So when you order the EV32, you're gonna get a 50 pack. You have a variety pack, which has got the spearmint, it's got the peppermint, it's got the watermelon, and it's got, what did I say? Watermelon mojito. I want to make sure I know that one. I'm always good. But anyway, that's my favorite, and I should know that. But they have the watermelon, so you get the spearmint, you got the peppermint. You also get the variety pack, which has all the flavors inside it as well.
Yes.
Yeah. So $25 is our beauty price. How does it work?
You know, the chemistry, we have an animation to kind of go through how this whole thing starts. From the minute you finish brushing your teeth, bacteria start to reproduce. One bacteria becomes 100 million in a matter of hours. You can't stop it. It's a petri dish. Those bacteria eat dead skin cells, food particles, and they produce this gas right here. Volatile sulfur gas, hydrogen sulfide. So knowing the chemistry of this gas, using my effervescent breath treatment, we have a pharmaceutical grade zinc that, using basic chemistry, that zinc displaces that sulfur molecule. You can see that happen right there. And we create two odorless gases. This zinc treatment that's in these crystals coats the skin of the cheeks, the tongue, the lips, and the top of the esophagus when you swallow it.
Everywhere where that bacteria lives.
Exactly, and it stays there. So, you know, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 hours after you've used it, that zinc still remains. So as the bacteria continue to reproduce, give off the smell, we have an odorless breath. So, you know, we've got peppermint, spearmint, watermelon. That flavor or odor will fade after 15 minutes.
Okay, so it's just initially you get it for a little while, which is nice.
It's a nice masking, it tastes good, etc. But what we really have is odorless breath for an extended period of time, and it really works.
So unlike, you know, the little things that you shake and you pop in, and a lot of them will have sugar in them, they'll have some form of sugar in there, some sort of a glucose or sucrose or whatever's in there. I want you to see how this works, because you remember the fun little candies that you used to eat?
Pop rocks.
Little rocks, little pop rocks that you used to shop. You'd put them in your mouth and they pop. This is how it kind of works. So listen. It's awesome. Can we see it? Oh, it just snapped.
So what I did was I actually took some crystals and I poured it into a plate with water on it. And that simulates what happens when this mixes with your saliva. The crystals activate. It creates a somatosensory experience. So what that is it stimulates the saliva because you can hear it, you can taste it, you can feel it, you can smell it. And it creates this experience where you get a flushing of saliva, rinses away bacteria, plaque, food, and it distributes this zinc ingredient all throughout the mouth. And then when we swallow it, the top of the esophagus. So it's really, it's an overall treatment of all the skin inside the mouth.
Fun. Listen, can you hear it? So
this is a treatment, folks. So if you think about what your alternatives are, you've got mouthwash, you've got gum, and you've got mints. When do you need this the most? when you're in a sales call, when you're in a board meeting, when you're on a date, you can't be chewing gum, you can't be sucking on a mint when you're in those experiences. This is something that you do, it takes a minute, and then you walk into your meeting, or you walk out to your sales call, or you walk into your parent-teacher conference, and you know that for the next 2 hours while you're talking, that zinc is going to deactivate these odors. You know, you can't bring a bottle of mouth rinse. There's no intermediate breath treatment available.
No, and you know, you get a feeling of confidence, because I know a lot of people worry about it. You know, we have to get up in the morning, and you know, we all deal with it. We have to go and have makeup done in the morning, and you've got somebody literally this close to your face, and that's where I'm always most conscious of it. I'm like, this poor girl. I mean, it's morning time. You feel like you have morning breath. When I come to my desk, I have a bunch of these at the desk, and I'll do that first before I go down there. And to your point, I don't want to taste that taste all day, like that stale, minty taste or the stale cinnamon. I want it to be fresh. It neutralizes, and you can really feel, because you can smell your own breath. Not as well as other people can, because it's with you all the time. But when you smell this, you will be amazed at the taste. That bad taste goes away. Your breath feels good. You feel confident. And as I said before, you never want to be remembered about, like, by the person, because I know people. I know people in my world where it's like, oh God, I remember that person. They just have this bad breath. And a lot of it, they could fix so easily, but what they do is they try to brush it away, which really doesn't work, right?
Exactly.
They try to cover it with a sugary product or even some other product, which then only makes it kind of a bad, minty smell. There's nothing worse than bad breath trying to be covered up.
Well, it's so
worse.
It's worse, but what's even great about this is people that have really chronic halitosis, so they're not only getting that bad breath from their tongue, but maybe from their sinuses, or maybe from their tonsils. This zinc still interacts with those odors, because as those odors come in contact with the zinc, the chemistry deactivates the gas. So not only are we dealing with just stuff on the tongue, we do interact with odors from other areas that are very in close proximity. So, you know, folks, you know where this product is sold? This is sold in Neiman Marcus, Saks Fifth Avenue, in Nordstrom, in the beauty department. We're sold next to fragrance, in cosmetics, because this is the ultimate finishing beauty product. You can have the greatest hair, lipstick, handbags, but if you have gross breath, nobody cares.
And you know what? You can be the prettiest girl on earth. And I've had this happen one time. I actually went out with a girl, and there was some breath issue, and I remember thinking, man, it's a total letdown, and you're just
game over.
Total game over. Because when when you're on a date, obviously you're looking at somebody, you're thinking, hey, I'd love to kiss this person at some point. And if that goes away, I mean, think about it. This little box right here, and when you buy it, look inside. You'll see there's your supply of your effervescent breath freshener. It's all inside here. You get 50 of the packs for $25. So if you use it maybe once or twice a day, you've got at least a month's worth of fresh breath. It is such a worthwhile purchase, I will tell you. And I never knew really the best way to get rid of any kind of bad breath. I was always like, do you floss? Do you brush your teeth? Do you scrape your tongue? If you could do all those things, it's great. But you're never going to eliminate all that bacteria.
Because it regrows.
Because it regrows.
And so what we've recognized is that bacteria is going to regrow. We can't brush our teeth all day long. We can't rinse all day long. So let's go ahead and interact using a natural zinc mineral. This is the highest grade of zinc you can get. It's a pharmaceutical grade zinc. It does a lot of other things that we don't talk about that we all know that zinc does. But, you know, like I said, folks, this is a beauty product. The ultimate finishing product.
I said that. Zinc's good for you.
How many times have you run into somebody you smell perfume and lipstick and bad breath all mixed together?
Oh my God,
it's the worst smell.
It's the worst cocktail ever. It's really bad. And I've known people that if you could tell they try to cover it, and like I said, it just makes it worse. It's just like, it's like putting deodorant on after you've worked out all day. You're still gonna smell, man.
Here's how it works.
It's just a weird smell.
The minute you finish brushing, folks, bacteria reproduce. One bacteria becomes 100 million, and they produce this gas. That's what it looks like molecularly, hydrogen sulfide. Using my breath treatment and a pharmaceutical grade zinc, that zinc molecule interacts with the sulfur molecule. You can see that displaces it right there. It creates zinc sulfide and hydrogen gas, which are both odorless. And this zinc, folks, sticks around in the skin of the cheeks, the tongue, the lips, the esophagus for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hours, depending on your physiology. So long after the flavor has faded, this zinc is still deactivated.
So I put a little of this in the morning at 7 a.m. I'm good at least till noon. So I know all those folks I'm going to see all day, they're going to remember me as, hey, he has nice, fresh, clean breath. Not the stinky guy that comes in at everybody.